Hi. Hello. We're still waiting on everybody else. We're going to hang out for a little bit. Once everybody joins up, we'll get started. What?
I was talking to my wasn't it fine?
It was not the fault. So like early on.
All right. So I'm making the schedule for this next chapter and getting that all ready, Emily. So until Emily, Mongold, and Jordan join, just go ahead and hang out for a second. Did you end up getting your homework finished?
Yeah, just watching the videos and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Videos and everything. Yeah.
Hang on. All right, wait. Where did your camera go?
What do you mean?
There it is. All right, so you watched your video, and you're ready to turn in for me the test and the lab report. No, did you already turn in your lab report? I don't feel like we've met.
We didn't. We had. I guess we did have post lab. I thought I turned that in.
Okay.
Maybe not. I don't remember.
You may have. I just don't remember when the last time we met was. So.
You could be right. We haven't met as much lately.
Yeah, I have yours. You're good.
Okay, good.
All right, so you turned yours in. It's the other Emily and then Jordan that had to turn theirs in, so we're good. So what I'm thinking of doing for this chapter is actually having you guys watch 2 videos over the weekend. So I'm going to have you watch 11.3 and 11.4, and then on Tuesday when we meet next, we're going to go over both of those and the practice problems for both of them.
Okay.
And then on Thursday, we'll have a review day in person where you guys can ask me questions in person. We can work out problems on the whiteboard. And I will give you guys the quiz over Chapter 11 at that time. and you guys can take that quiz over the weekend. And then on the next Tuesday, we'll do a lab, and I will give you guys, you'll give me the quiz, and I will give you the test. And so, welcome, Jordan. Although the lighting is really off. There you go.
How's that?
That's better. So I'm going to try to get through this chapter quickly is all, Emily, because I would like us to be able to cover quite a bit in the last quarter, and we're running out of days. So I don't want to take and only do one video per lesson where we're meeting in person is not going to happen anymore. We're going to start upping that number. Okay?
Okay.
All right, lad. I'm going to have to say all of that all over again once Emily Mongol joins up too, but I just wanted to, get that out there. Why don't you do me a favor, and so that I don't have to say it all over again, why don't you say that to Jordan for me, okay? Do you remember?
What do you mean?
What?
Guess
What do you
not.
mean?
All right, the sound is really hard on your end.
I know it was last time too, and I don't know why.
Is it because of your headphones?
It's possible, but I don't know why.
Sometimes headphones, like the ones that I have here, hang on. Ow. These headphones, the way that they would work is if I was using them on a video call or something, they have a microphone on the headphone wires that will also pick up your voice. And so possibly if you're using it to hear, it might also be trying to pick up your voice from the headphone wire. There'd be a little box on it if that's the case. Like,
I don't think so.
see, hang on, let me. Oh, this is here securely.
Is it better now?
Here, this box here on the.
Mine don't have that.
You don't have that?
And I took them out. Is it better now? No,
Just talk for a little while and I'll tell you.
I don't think it is better. Because when I talk a little bit loudly, it echoes. Funny.
I mean, I think it's a little better, but it's not like that great still, but that's okay. We'll make it work. You'll just have to type in probably your answers when we're going over things today. All right. All right, so here is what I'm telling Emily. This is the schedule. So Jordan, you guys want to write this down for me, please?
Oh, that. Yeah.
Sure.
On the 10th, that is 4-10. I'm expecting you to have watched both video 11.3 and 11.4. Okay, so on the 10th, when we meet on our video lesson, we'll cover both sections, and they're heavy math. This is it's going to be math. It's going to be steps where you have to write down the steps to solve the problem, and you're going to have to practice the steps, okay? So both of those sections, the one is on finding the limiting reactant and the excess reactant. The other is finding percent yield. Both of them I will give you steps in the video, and I want you to write those steps down, and you're going to come and practice those problems with me, okay?
Okay.
After that, on 4-12, we will have a review day. And I will give you I actually might move that quiz up. Because there's no way I'll be able to grade that quiz. Let me check to see what the quiz is over. All right, the quiz is online. covers 11.1 to 11.3. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to have you take that quiz. I'm going to back this up. So the quiz will be online. 11.1 to 11.3 quiz is on Edmodo. Before 11:12. Here's what I'm going to say. Because it's online, I will be able to grade it after you take it before, like I can grade it over the weekend. So I just want you to take that quiz before so that you have plenty of time to learn from it before you take your test. All right, does that make sense? So I want you to take it before Friday, which is going to be 4/13. And I will have it posted as soon as the 10th. I will have it available to you, and you'll just have to go on to Edmodo sometime between the 10th and the 13th and take that quiz. Everyone good? All right. Then what I'm planning is tentatively, because I don't remember what the lab was for this, and it might not be a very easy lab to reproduce, but tentatively I'm thinking a lab day will be on the 17th. So I still have to go through and figure out which lab we're going to do on that. It'll be a limiting reactant lab, or it will be a percent yield lab. So one of those, and I have to figure out which one. And so that's going to be on the 17th. And at that time, I will also have you take the paperwork for the test over Chapter 11. Okay? And you'll be responsible to get that test done at some time. I'm planning on starting new material on the 19th. But what I think is if you guys have the weekend as well to take the test, that'd be fine. So I think that as long as you guys get the test done before the 24th, that'll be fine.
Okay.
All right. So did you guys write that down?
Discuss this before the 24th.
Yes. So what I'm going to do is similarly to the other test, I'll give you the material that you need to have to take the test, and you can choose which day you'd like to take it, whether before the new material or after. But I am planning on teaching you new material on Chapter 12 on the 19th. Sound good?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let me type that in. Take (4-17) to 4-24. So sometime between those two dates, you'll be taking the test, and that'll be up to you guys, because you'll take it at home. All right.
Okay.
I'm wondering, has anybody heard from Emily Mongold? Should I call her and see if she's going to be here? Because it's 10 minutes after when I said in the text group that we would like to start.
It's very possible maybe she expected it to start at 1:45. Maybe she could get text.
Type it in for me. I don't know what you're saying. I'm so sorry. It's very hard to have problems with hearing with the mic. Okay, maybe. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to call her really fast, and we're going to just see if they are available. And if they're not, we're going to start the lesson, and she can just come and watch it afterward.
Okay.
Hey, what's going on here? I know I have Mrs. Mongold's phone number in here, but it's not in my contacts. It's messed up. Hang on. I know that I have her because I have her in the group text. All right. Hi. I am just calling to see if you guys are available for a lesson right now. Yes, ma'am. Okay. I think I do. And I'm sorry, I didn't think about that part. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. No, that's totally fine. And you know, it is actually something she can watch later as well. So what we'll do is we'll get started, and I'll try to get a hold of her as well. But if I can't, then it's okay, and I'll catch her up if I need to. I'll do a separate lesson with her. Okay? I have I have actually been praying for you guys. Okay. Well, that's totally fine. Don't even worry about it. You know what? Let's just plan on having Emily and I do a lesson either Friday or Saturday, and we'll just have her catch up, and she can just have today off. Okay? Okay. Yeah, that's totally fine. And I don't know why my brain didn't. I was thinking about it before, and then as soon as I sat down and started getting things ready, my brain totally forgot, and I'm sorry about that. All right. Me too. Okay. All right. Well, bye. Guys,
She
I'm
was saying,
gonna cry because I knew this before too, and I was like actually praying about it earlier today. You know, Mr. Mongold is in the hospital with issues with his breathing. He had some blood clots in his lungs, and so you know, I already knew that they were in the hospital, and I don't know why my brain forgot. Because I just sat down and I went, "Oh yeah, where's Emily?" And I should have known. Of course, she was at the hospital. I mean, I just feel like kind of a bad person right now, you know? So let's pray for the Mongols, and we'll just keep them in our prayers today. And we're going to start the lesson without Emily, and she may be able to join when she gets home in about 15 to 20 minutes, okay? But let's just pray for them, okay? Dear Heavenly Father, I thank you that you are a God of healing and of love, and that you do care for us. And I thank you that you don't forget like we do. I pray that you be with the Mongols, all of them right now, Lord. I thank you so much that that Mr. Mongold's doing better, and that you gave the doctors the wisdom they needed to help him. And I do pray that you would just give peace to the whole family. And I know that they're already having a lot of things on their plate right now, Lord. So I pray that you would just give them the extra strength and grace that they need to get through. I pray that you'd be with Emily, that she'd be safe as they drive home, that she wouldn't be concerned about chemistry, that you just help her to be able to focus on what matters right now. I pray these things in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, guys. I'm a little bit teary today, so bear with me because I cry a little bit more right now than I should. And, you know, that just is a thing now. I guess having a baby makes you makes you cry easy, you know, so be nice to your moms when they get teary, because, you know, it just is a thing, a real thing that changes in you when you have a kid. You just cry a lot more. Anyways, let's get started. How many of you, the video was like, you got it and it was good, and you think that this is going to be an easy section?
Oh,
Well, right now I'm a little bit afraid of saying this is super easy because I have said that before. Then you're like, no, this is the worst thing. But right now, so far, it has been very easy.
Okay.
yeah, same thing. I was like, oh yeah, I watched both videos, but easy? No.
Well, hopefully after this video feed, you guys will find it to be easy as well. And I guarantee that the kids that are in my chemistry class at school, even the ones that this wasn't easy at first, now that there's several chapters in, and I promise you, look, we are going to do this all year. This is a process that you are going to need for the rest of the year. Stoichiometry is something that is not going to go away. All right, so the sooner it gets to be easy for you guys, the better you will be. But I really do just think that repetition and practicing it and doing it 1.5 million times until it just becomes second nature, that's what you guys are going to need, okay? Mm-hmm. So in order to help with that, I'm going to start, and I'm just going to go through practice problem after practice problem after practice problem with you, okay? Mm-hmm. All right, so they're going to step you in nice and easy. And we learned the last video about a mole ratio. And I need you guys to help me out. Type it in your screen. What is the mole ratio based on? The what in a chemical equation? Not the subscripts. Type it in.
Coefficients.
Type it in. Jordan doesn't know how to follow directions.
Sorry.
Coefficients is correct. Yay. So yes, it's based on the coefficients, which are the big numbers in the front, not the small numbers to the side. That's not what you base it on, okay? So what we're going to start with is number 11 on page 375. And again, you have to know how to balance your equations. I guarantee you're going to have to do that on your test. So practice this one with balancing first. This is not as hard as the last problem, though, I promise you. That one was just ridiculous. And I'm so sorry from the bottom of my heart that I made you practice that one, because it was just crazy.
I gotta get some light in here, and
yeah, that's okay. You're okay. As long as you can still work, that's fine. And when it comes time to show your answers, you might just have to move.
Yeah, no, I was getting the overhead light on. That's the only problem.
Okay. All right, so guys, look, number 11. It says methane and sulfur react to produce carbon disulfide, a liquid often used in the production of cellophane. Don't you guys learn so much about, like, things when we go through these problems? I love how they actually use things that you use in your regular life. So here's the equation. It's CH4 gas plus S8 solid yields CS2 liquid plus H2S gas. You first need to balance this equation. So right now, balance that.
Where is it in the book?
It's in page 375.
Which problem? Oh yeah, 11.
Yes, number 11.
To rebalance it. Okay.
All right.
Page what?
So page 375, starting with number 11.
What?
Jordan, you did not remind me to send you the lab stuff, and I'm sending it to you guys now because I remembered. And you forgot to remind me last video, so I never sent it to you. So hang on. I'm going to send, while you guys are balancing this, Jordan, I'm sending you the stuff that you need from the lab that we did that you weren't here for. And then I'm going to give you some dates.
Yeah, I was thinking, yeah, that hasn't popped up yet.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. You were going to help remind me, remember?
Oh.
I have a terrible memory.
Yeah, sort of forgot that part.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm sending it now, though, because I remembered now. All right, so let's see. There's going to be a lot of them, all right? So we're going to just send you all of them, and I'm not guaranteeing that they're going to be in the right order.
Huh.
Let me know when you guys are finished with balancing this so that we can check the balancing and then go on to the practice problems B and C.
I got it. And then balancing.
Jordan, are you still working or do you have it?
Still working on it.
All right, we're going to give you just a little bit more time. And Emily Carr, please type your coefficients into, put a comma between each coefficient and just put the coefficients in order. And if ever you needed to have a 1, actually type the 1 because that way we won't, so I'm looking for 4 numbers, okay?
Is that it?
That's it. You got it. All right, so what I would have started with was the S8. And since you have 8 of them, actually, no, never mind. There's in 2 places. I would not have started with the S8. I would have started with carbon or hydrogen. So which one did you guys want to balance first? Carbon or hydrogen?
Carbon?
Okay, so how do you get carbon to, nope. Carbon would already be balanced because there's 1 carbon on each side. So start with your hydrogen.
2 carbons. There's 2 carbons on each side.
No.
Not originally.
Oh,
now, there might be after you add a coefficient, there's going to be 2. You're right. After you add the coefficient. But the way you would have started that was by balancing your hydrogen first, because there's 4 on the left on the reactant side, and there was only 2 on the product side. And so you would have started with that one, and then you would have had to fix your... You know what? I just need to work through it on my own. I can't actually think through this without actually balancing it. Like, to actually see the answers and not have gone through the process myself makes it very difficult. So I'm going to write it down and we're going to go through this. CH4 plus S8 yields CS2 plus H2S. All right, so we have carbon, hydrogen, and sulfur. There's 1, 4, and 8. And then on the other side, there is 1, 3, and 2. So in order to fix the hydrogen first, what I would have tried to do is put a 2 on the H2S. Right? So I would have started there. And that would have given me 4 hydrogen, and then that would have given me 2, 4 sulfurs. So after that, I go, there's still a problem. What's the problem? Jordan, I want you to answer.
Oh.
Because look, now, officially, my carbons are fixed, my hydrogens are fixed, but what's wrong here?
There's not enough sulfurs.
There's not enough sulfurs. So I cannot just have 2 here, right?
Right.
Remember that I've told you guys this many times when balancing. If ever you come to a place where you've done the right thing in the right order and it didn't give you the right answer, and it's impossible to get the right answer, you're going to have to change something here, right? You're either going to have to change the sulfur here or the sulfur here. But if you change either of those sulfurs, what other element is going to be messed up?
Hydrogen.
The hydrogen, if you fix here. or the carbon if you fix here, right?
If
So
you
no
put
matter
4
what-
there, it's going to give you 4
Yeah,
it'll give you 4 hydrogen on that side.
good. So no matter what, this guy's going to get messed up, isn't he?
Hmm.
So let's change this one first. And what do we want to try instead of having one of them?
2.
We want to try 2. So you always try the next higher number, and if 2 didn't work, we would try 3, and if 3 didn't work, we would try 4, and so on and so forth. So now we're going to recount. We have 2 carbons, we have 8 hydrogens, and we still have 8 sulfurs. So now, since we started with hydrogen, why not keep going with that? How do I fix my hydrogen and make it be 8?
You would put 2 on the other side. No, you would put 4 on the other side. My
I
bad.
would put 4. Good. All right, so I'd have to have a 4 here. And that makes the hydrogen be 8. And then the sulfur, now look, sulfur's got some here and some here. So look, we go 4 times 1. So that's 4 sulfur from this side plus 2 sulfurs from this side. So that's going to be 4, 5, 6. So
So
far,
you
we
put
have
2 with that carbon and sulfur.
Yes, because now we're going to have to fix our carbon, and you're going to need a 2 here. So that's going to change the sulfur as well. So that's going to be 2, but now we have
That's why it would
2
say
times 2, which is 4.
2CH2 plus 1S8 produces 2CS2, 4H2S.
Yes, that's correct. All right. I'm sorry, though, until I actually work through the problem, I don't, because, you know, I've done this a lot, but it's always like a year between doing it, and so unless I actually work through the problem, I have to do it before my brain will go, oh yes, you should do this and then this and then this. So
Right.
now we got it. All right, so now the next part is the part that's new, and remember, balancing should be easy by now. This should be a process that doesn't take you as long. If it's not, you really do need to keep practicing balancing. And then we can look at the next thing, which is calculate the moles of CS2 produced when 1.5 moles of S8 is used. So remember, the very last time that we met, we learned our new conversion factor, which is a mole ratio. And I like to think of it like a bridge to get from one thing to another thing in an equation, all right? So we want to start with S8 right here. All right, and we want to take from S8, and we want to go all the way over and change it into CS2, which is right here. So how do we get from this over to that? You guys remember?
Yeah.
What do you use to change from one thing in an equation to another thing in the equation? What is it? What's our ratio?
Mole to mole ratio.
That's the mole ratio. Look, this is our mole ratio. It is the bridge. So mole ratio is the bridge to get from one thing to another. And when I'm going to call it often, I like to do this. I actually like to draw an arrow from one thing to the other, and I have to have moles to take this bridge. It's just like if you were trying to go, we live in a place where there's bridges and tunnels everywhere, right?
Yeah, not really.
Trying to cross the bridge, and the bridge had a toll, and the toll was $5. Unless you had $5, you're not going over that bridge, right? Unless you have moles, you can't go over this bridge. You cannot change from S8 into anything else, okay? Now, here's a question. Do they start us with moles?
No, they did grams, so you have to change it from grams to moles.
Read the problem. Look at it. 11b.
Oh.
Do you have moles?
Never mind. Yeah, you do have moles. Never mind. I was looking at the equation.
Yes, you were looking at the equation, and probably the G that you were looking at is actually for gas instead of grams. All right, so we do have moles, which means we can do this directly. We don't have to do anything else. We just go immediately on the mole bridge, and we do our mole ratio. So we got 1.50 moles of S8. And what are we going to put at the bottom so that it cancels?
You would put mole. Oh, wait. That's
moles of which thing?
S.
Just S?
Oh, wait. HS, sorry.
No. What do we need down there to cancel?
1.
What do we have? Go ahead and look at it for me. Moles of
S8.
Good. So down here, you have to put moles of S8 immediately. And remember do you remember the chimes that I was telling you in the last chapter? Label everything. Label your unit and the chemical you're dealing with. This is why. Because if you don't label it, you're going to get confused. Because look, we have to immediately put the exact same thing, moles of S8 on the bottom so it'll cancel.
And
Now,
up top you would have the how many? 8
okay.
times
Moles of what?
sulfur. 8 times sulfur, because that's what you would be multiplying.
Hang on, don't do
1.5.
anything with numbers right now. No numbers. I want you only to focus right now on the unit. Which unit goes on the top?
Grams.
Are we looking for grams of S8?
Moles.
So you just put grams up there.
Okay. What are we looking for?
S2.
We are looking for moles of
CS2.
C2.
CS2. Look, so what we have to do is go from moles of S8 into moles of CS2. Mole to mole ratio. That's what it looks like. Okay? Now, it is unlike the other chapter where when we did grams to moles, it was always 1 mole, right? And moles to Avogadro's number, it was always 1 mole. This does not it's not always 1. The numbers that we use here are based on the what from the balanced chemical equation. You can type it in, that's okay. And I saw you. The coefficients. This is where we use our coefficients, right?
So it'd be 2.
Yep, so the well, let's start with S8. How many moles of S8 do we have?
1.
1, good. And how many moles of CS2 do we have?
2.
2. There you go. Now, check your units, make sure you cancel. Did moles of S8 cancel?
Yes.
What are we left with?
1.5 times 2 moles CS2.
Good. Is that what they're looking for? Moles of CS2?
Yes.
So you get to stop. You don't have to do any other conversions because we've gotten what we want, which is moles of CS2, right?
Okay.
So now all you have to do is multiply and then divide. So 1.50 times 2 divided by 1. Yes. Now how do you show sig figs?
3.00.
Good. There you go, 3.00. Let me make that decimal point a little bit more obvious. There. 3.00 moles of CS2. All right, now look, the next problem is going to be starting with the same thing. It still starts with 1.50 moles of S8. Even though they don't say it, that's on them, but that is what you're starting with. But now look at what they're looking for. They're asking you to convert it into moles of
H2S.
Good. Do that right now on your paper, and then I'm going to check your papers. You're going to hold them up for me, okay?
So are you converting it from S8 or from CS2?
From S8 into H2S.
Okay.
Uh, my iPad, Jordan, my iPad is not wanting to send these videos. I think it's because they're probably too big to send on text message. And
maybe you can give them to me Sunday.
Maybe I might just have you just watch them on the iPad.
Okay.
All right. So so we'll just probably plan on Sunday after church, just hang out for a couple minutes and just plan to watch these. All right. I will also ask James when he gets home from work to see if he can figure out a way to send them because he's pretty smart when it comes to things like that. All right, Jordan, you ready? Let me click click yours. All right, so you said, all right. All right, scoot it to the beginning again for me. We had.
I feel bad because I can't even see it right.
Okay. Well, I see HNO3, but I'm not sure where you're getting HNO3. Yeah, that's not the equation we're working on. Is that
Oh, oops, wrong problem. Yeah, wrong page.
Got it. Okay, I see. Okay, so 1.50 and then the S8 and then moles of S8 into 4 moles of, let me make sure, full, that's perfect. And so then you multiplied by 4 and you got 6. But the sig figs, how do you show 6 with sig figs?
0.00.
Good. All right, and then Emily, let me see yours. Did it look exactly like that?
Basically, I've typed in my info already.
Oh, you just typed it on your calculator?
I typed in my answer in the chat.
Oh, got it. I see it. Okay. And yes, that's right. I could see it on the video as well. It was a little blurry, but I got it. You had the 1 and then the 4 on the top. Good. All right, guys. So now we just have to do that again. Now, look, this is the first step. Just moles to moles. And when you have mole to moles, you're only going to need one step here, one conversion. Okay? If they give you moles and they ask for moles, it's always only going to be one conversion.
Okay.
I'm going to help you with the challenge. I'm going to actually help you with writing an equation and balancing it because I'd rather us not spend too much time on that part of this, and I'd rather us spend time on the other examples that I'd like you to do. So this says sulfuric acid is formed when sulfur dioxide reacts with oxygen and water. So the first thing you have to do is write an equation. So we're going to have which 3 ingredients, what are my 3 ingredients that I start with?
H2SO4 and SO2.
Well, H2SO4 is formed. So is that an ingredient or is that a product?
Product.
That's a product. So good. What are the starting things then? The ingredients?
O2 and H2O and
O2 and H2O. Good. And then
SO2.
good. All right. So I've got down SO2 plus O2 plus H2O, and then that's going to yield H2SO4. Do you see in the problem how you have these 3 ingredients and this one product?
Yes.
Okay, so now I am not going to actually make you balance this. I'm going to balance it for you just to save on time, but it's not that hard of one to balance. So you're going to have 2 for the SO2, and then you have 2 H2Os, and then you have 2 H2SO4s. So the coefficients are 2, 1, 2, 2.
Okay.
I want you guys to do problems B and C. Also, when you do C, start with 12.5 moles of SO2 as well. All right?
Can you hold up the thing again? I kind of lost count. You gotta talk because it's on Emily's screen.
It shouldn't be. I've locked it on my screen.
He has to lock it. He has to lock it.
Oh, Jordan. All right, look. Click on the box where it says me, where it has my name and my face. Just click on that box with your mouse. It'll take a white outline box, and it'll make it so that my screen stays on prominent.
There we go.
Sound better? Yeah, I thought that I was the only one that had to do that. Okay. So if you click on the box, whichever one you click on, that's the one that's going to pop up big in your screen.
Okay.
All right, Emily, you go ahead and start on those 2 problems.
Okay.
Got it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
There we go.
All right.
Finished.
All right, so you've done both of them, Jordan?
Oh, both. Sorry, I just
Oh.
finished one of them.
That's fine. Well, now start with, again, 12.5 moles of SO2 and convert that into O2.
Oh, okay. I didn't read that section.
All right. When you guys are finished, I want to check your papers individually. So just let me know and then hold them up and I will check each of you with that.
I've done the first one.
Okay. Hang on. Let me finish writing this down really quick so I have it on my page. All right, Emily, go ahead and hold that up. Right about there, just be steady. I see 12.5 moles SO2, 2 on the bottom. That's perfect. Good.
My camera's really bad. I need to fix it. I don't know how. My camera's really bad.
It's okay. It only goes out of focus when you have the paper up, but then it goes back to focus quickly. All right, so now what you need to do is start on C, where you're going from 12.5 moles of SO2 into moles of O2.
There we go.
All right, Jordan, hold your paper up for me. All right, let's see. I see 12.5 moles SO2, and then... All right, so hang on for a second, and I see a problem with the first one, but move it up so I can see the next one. Okay, you're not starting on the next one with O2. You're starting with the same thing. You're starting with moles of SO2, 12.5 moles of SO2. Now, on the first one, though, you have a problem. You did have 2 moles of H2SO4 on the top. See that? That was good. But how many moles of SO2 do you have for the bottom? You said 1. But look here.
You're supposed to have 12.5.
No,
wait, no, you're supposed to have. Yeah, you're supposed to have 2.
There you go, because there's a 2 in front of SO2. So change that 1 to a 2, and instead of multiplying by 2 to get 24 or 25, you're going to be multiplying by 2 and then dividing by 2. So notice if you multiply by 2 and divide by 2, you're going to end up with the same number.
Okay.
I'm confused, but is it the same type of problem the way it's worded?
Right, so I don't like the way these are phrased because they don't specifically identify what they start with, but I told you guys verbally so that you would know. You are starting with the same amount that you started with in B. You're starting with 12.5 moles of SO2, and you're converting that into, instead of H2SO4, you're converting it into O2 this time.
Okay, because it says how many are needed. For some reason, I thought, I don't know, that would be like a different type of equation. I get messed up by the way things are worded.
Start with 12.5 moles SO2.
And the second one would be 12.50. 12.50 moles O2. That would be the answer. Because you only have 1 mole. Oh, never mind.
Hang on. But I think you should know why. Because you made the same mistake, I think, again. You are right. There's 1 mole of O2. But how many moles of SO2 do you have?
2.
You have 2. And let me guess. You put a 1 there, didn't you?
No, I put a 2, actually.
Oh, you did? You just didn't type it in?
Yeah, I just didn't compute. So.
Well, you had it set up right then. I thought you had it set up like you set up.
It would be 6.25. Sorry.
Yes, 6.25 is correct. Emily, did you have that one just fine?
Yes.
Okay, and it looked like this, right? Ready?
Now yeah, that's what it looks like now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you saying yeah?
Yes, sorry.
Okay, I was like, I think she's saying yeah, but I'm struggling sometimes to hear right. All right, turn the page. Number 13. Now look. See how the heading here says stoichiometry moles to mass conversions? So instead of having moles and having one step where you just went moles to moles, they're going to start you with what?
What page are you on? You said it's on the page.
Yes, turn the page.
13.
We're on page 376.
Oh, I must have on more than I needed to on accident. Okay.
There we go. All right, so now they're going to start you with moles, and they're going to have you not convert directly to moles. So you're going to convert to grams. Okay, so how many steps do you think you're going to need for this?
A lot.
2.
2.
Oh.
The first one will be to go from moles of one thing to moles of another thing. The second will be to go from moles to grams. Now, actually, I think because this is... Let me write it out. I have a thing that I like to write out to help people think through stoichiometry. And so if we have a generic equation of A plus B all right. No, you know what? I'm going to work on writing this out and then have you guys write it down while you guys are working as well. Number 13, sodium chloride is decomposed into the elements sodium and chlorine by means of electrical energy. How much chlorine gas in grams is obtained from the process diagrammed at the right? So look, you have sodium chloride producing sodium and Cl2. Before you can do this, you actually have to write this out as an equation. So I want to see you guys right now write down sodium chloride yields sodium plus Cl2.
Oh, right. That's
Like this.
No, because chlorine is not just single. Remember, chlorine is a diatomic molecule, so it's going to be Cl2. And it actually shows you that in your book, too, by having Cl2. And now you have to balance it.
Oh.
That's why we wrote out the problem, so that we can balance it. Yes, that's correct. All right, so now that you have a balanced chemical equation, and Jordan, if you still have to write your balanced chemical equation, keep going with that. Notice how they start you with 2.50 moles of NaCl.
Oh, you're looking at the example above, right? Or is this the actual problem?
No, we're not looking at the example above. There's a picture. Do you see the picture to the right?
Oh, now I do, yes.
That's what they're actually referring to. So do you see how underneath NaCl they start you with 2.50 moles of NaCl? So that's your starting point. You need to convert that into grams of Cl2. Go ahead and start. It's going to take 2 steps. Are you ready?
Almost.
Okay. Emily, are you ready?
Actually, no. I'm close. I think I have the answer.
All right, Emily. Let me. Did you type it in?
No.
Okay. Go ahead and type it in for me, Emily.
Sorry, I was not. I thought I was typing.
Yes. Now, Emily, I'm also going to check your paper.
I did something wrong.
Okay. I didn't actually.
All right, Jordan, look. Step by step, talk through it. If you started with moles of NaCl, what goes on the bottom to cancel?
You would have 1 mole Na2.
No, you have to have NaCl so that it'll cancel. All right, good. And then
Okay, I didn't notice that.
All right, Emily, that's perfect.
I
Emily,
can't believe you can read that.
I'm very, very practiced at reading blurry letters. I want you to practice the challenge problem, Emily, okay? Go ahead and you start working on that one. And Jordan, I'd like to work with you. I want you to show me your work, okay? So hold it up so I can see what you have.
Wasn't it like Superboy plus backwards?
No, it actually isn't backwards when I read it on the screen. Stop there. Wait, move it back over. There, stay. Right there. All right, so 2 NaCl, 2 NaCl2. Good. And so you have NaCl to start, and you have moles of NaCl on the bottom. But notice when you have the first block, you have to actually put in 2.50 moles NaCl.
Right.
Which I think you erased.
Yes.
So write that down. And then what I want you to do is write what would the mole ratio to turn NaCl into Cl2,
2.
what would that look like? So on the top, what do you need to have?
2 Cl2. So it'd be 2 moles Cl2 times.
Look at your coefficient. You have moles Cl2, but what's the coefficient, the number in the front of the Cl2?
2.
Look at your balanced chemical equation.
Coefficient. I have a 2 there.
Hang on. You didn't hold it up again. All I can see is 2 NaCl yields 2 Na plus what looks like an erased mark, Cl2.
Yeah. I had a 2 up there, but I just erased it.
Oh, I thought I didn't read that 2 in the first place. There is no 2 in front of that to balance this. It's just because
1.
look, in NaCl, you only have 1 sodium and 1 chlorine, right? On the other side, you have 1 sodium and you have 2 chlorines. So you have to, that's why you added the coefficient in front of the NaCl to make it so you have 2 chlorines. And then that's why you added the 2 in front of the Na, so you have 2 sodiums, but you already had 2 chlorines. If you put a 2 in front of the chlorine, you'd have 2 times 2, which is 4.
So you will multiply 2.5 by 1 and then divide it by 2.
Yes. And then put that number down first, because I know you like to work separately with these.
So you would just have 2.50 mole Cl2.
Now convert that into grams of Cl2. And you know how to do that because you just did it on your quiz really well. Hopefully on your test really well.
Hopefully. Okay, so I would have 1 mole Cl2 on the bottom, 2.50 mole Cl2 on top.
Wait, hang on. You said 1 mole of Cl2 on the bottom.
Yes.
You're going to grams.
On top, yeah, up top, I'm saying the part that would be multiplying is 2.50 mole.
Got it.
And then it would be 12.01 grams of Cl2.
Where do you look?
Oh, wait, no, it's not 12.
Yeah, that's not 12.
I was looking at 35.45.
Good, but how many of them do you have?
2. So you multiply it by 2.
Yes. So that's going to be like 70 something.
70.9
Good. So multiply 2, what was it? I think like
Cl2.
yeah.
2.5 Cl2 times 70.9.
Wait, how did you get 2.5? You were supposed to divide that by 2 first.
I keep getting the steps mixed up. 1.25 moles.
Okay. Good.
1.25 times 70. 88.625, but you would round it up to 88.63 grams Cl2.
All right, 88.63 has how many sig figs?
4. The number beforehand has 2, so it'd be 88.6 grams Cl2.
Wait. Look at the original number, 2.50. Remember, if there's a decimal, you find the first non-zero, which is the 2.
Yes.
Everything after that gets to be significant. So you go, the 2 is significant, so that's 1. The 5 is significant, that's 2 sig figs. The 0 is also significant, that's 3 sig figs. So you want to have 3 in your final answer.
88.6.
That's it. Good. All right. So now, Jordan, what I might have you do is you might practice the challenge problem after we're done with this video. Okay? So I'm going to ask Emily, I'm going to check hers first and see that she's got this. All right, so let's see. Let me just read it so I remember when that's this. So you start with 1.25 moles of TiO. Good. Wait, TiO2. Okay, you just forgot the 2, but you have it down there. All right, so you have 1 to 2 and then 170.9 grams. And then your final answer was, your final answer is about twice as much as it should be. So let me try to balance this and I'll get back with you.
Was I supposed to balance it? Because I thought they did that in the problem.
It looks like they did. All right, so they did already balance it. So let's see. Hold it up again, then let me see your coefficients. So you have TiO2 and then you're supposed to go into Cl2. So it should be a 1 and a 2. Hold it up again. 1 and 2, okay. And then 1 and 70.9. So did you take and you...
You know what?
And so you multiplied, you went 1.25 times 2 times 70 something.
Yeah, and then I multiplied it by 1. I mean, divided by 1, so.
All right, see, this is what I'm getting when I do that same math. I think that you just typed it in wrong. 1.25 times 2 times 70.9 is 177.25.
Oh, sometimes when I click, I think I know what happens. Sometimes when I click equal, my mouse like double clicks. I'm going to do it on the keyboard instead.
Got it. So it probably multiplied it by twice.
Probably.
Okay, so it's just the fact, I mean, you did the steps right and you have it set up right, and that's what's important. So that's good. Just be careful with your calculator when you're typing.
Yes, I just still always using the keyboard for typing it in instead of the mouse.
Jordan, since this is already balanced for you, I want you actually to start practicing this, okay? So I would like you to, especially since Emily still has to do B and C, go ahead, Emily, keep going with B and C, and Jordan, start with A and keep working through A, B, C.
Okay. So I don't have to work through the whole balance. Can you tell me what the balance is again?
They're already balanced. Look at the problem. It already is balanced. So you already have coefficients. If it's not got a coefficient written, then the coefficient is 1.
Okay. Oh, I see it now. Okay, never mind.
Hey, Sue. Hear my cat? She is demanding attention.
What kind is it? Tabby?
Come here, Sue. I have no idea. She's just pretty. Come here. Oh, gotcha.
Oh,
Nice. We used to have one like that.
She's really mad at me right now. She's like, what are you doing to me?
Who
Alright.
said you could pick me up?
I know. Did I give you permission to pick me up? 'Cause cats think they rule the world.
Yeah, dogs is just like, we don't care. Literally.
I think I have answer to.
She's just like, oh, hey, what's going on?
Rat dog.
Okay.
Yeah, the
Alright.
lion's over there by the heater.
Let me see. All right, so let's see, 1.25 TiO2. So now you're going from TiO2 into carbon. So that's 1 to 1. Hang on, go back over to the, there you go. 1 to 1. And then you have 1 mole of, all right, move it this back the way you had it. Good, stop. Nope, wrong way.
Sorry.
1 to 12. Okay, good. And then that's 15. That's perfect, Emily. And then do you have C done as well?
No.
All right. Well, that one was done perfectly. So good job. And go ahead and do C. Jordan, do you have number 1 for me?
I'm working through it right now.
All right.
Oh.
Oh, you know what? Number C wants you to actually solve 2 different stoichiometry problems. They want you to do 1 for TiCl4 and then 1 for CO2. Let's just not do that because you've already done the same problem already twice now. So Emily,
Just do A and B.
Just do A and B. And Emily Carr, ready to move on?
Sure.
Okay, so you're going to go ahead and start going to the next step, which is
But you
It's okay.
said
it's because she's a robot and she doesn't want us to know that she's not really there and she's skipping out. That's all.
Well, they're really good on she did really good on making the voice work.
I know. All right, so Emily Mongol, just give me a second to get Emily Carr started on the next problem, and I will catch you up to speed, okay?
I'm so sorry.
Hey, how's your dad doing, Emily?
Hey. Yeah.
Much better than we expected. We thought it was cancer or something like that, but it's all good. So that's good.
Yeah. Very glad it's not cancer.
I am too. All right, I'll let you get on with that. So
You're gonna make me cry again. I already cried at the beginning of this video.
She did. She was just bawling.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. It's just I have more empathy than I
Yeah.
can handle sometimes. All right, so Emily Carr, you are getting started on the next problem, which is grams to grams. Okay, so you're going to start with problem 15, but talk me through before you start. What are you going to need to do? They're going to give you grams of, let's see, grams of NaN3. Notice that you have 100 grams, and they're going to look for grams of N2. So how many steps do you think you're going to need?
3 because you go from grams. Wait,
Good.
if you start, no, you're supposed to start with moles, and then you have to go to grams to moles or something.
Okay, you're right. There's 3 steps. So the first one you're going to do is turn grams of NaN3 into what of NaN3?
What?
You're going to need to turn grams of NaN3 into what?
Moles?
Good. Moles of NaN3. So do that first. Then the second step, you're allowed to turn moles of NaN3 into what?
Into N.
In the end, what are you looking for? Are you looking for NaN3?
Got it.
For N2.
Good. So turn moles of NaN3 into moles of N2, remember? So that's the second step. And then the third step is going to be to do what?
Put moles of N2 into grams of N2.
You got it. All right, go through that one, Emily, okay?
I remember the video really well because I watched it right before the video.
Well, that's good. Because we definitely did that already in the video. All right, let me see, Jordan. Hang on.
You need to get closer.
1.25. So I see it up here. Good. 1.25. You have 1 to 2. That's good. And then you ended up doing that number of moles of Cl. All right, hang on.
Is it hard to read? I can understand having a hard time reading my writing.
It's hard to read. It's that I think that you didn't finish your problem.
Okay.
Is that supposed to be A and B?
Yes. The one below is B.
All right. So there is, hang on, let me check B with the first part of it. You have 1.25 moles of TiO2, and you did 1 mole of that into 1 mole of C. Carbon is just C, it's not C2. All right, so go ahead and put it down for now.
Oh, okay.
First, carbon is C, not C2, so go ahead and fix that. And also, the beginning thing where you put it, it's TiO2, and I think you just put TiO. So first fix those two things for me, and then we'll talk about the other problems. Emily Mongold.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you watch the videos?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Did they make sense?
I have notes.
Okay, so we're going to start, and I'm going to see
Mhm.
what you do remember. Okay, so I'm going to start you on page 375 with number 11. First thing you have to do is balance that equation. So go ahead and start, Emily, on 11A and balancing the equation.
375.11a.
Yeah. Once you're done balancing it, you can try to do B, which is converting moles to moles, okay?
Okay.
All right. Jordan, did you fix those two things for me?
Sort of.
TiO2, good. TiO2, and then C is just C. Wait a minute. Cl2 is the top one. Got it. Okay, so the Cl2 is good, and then C2 is just needing. Okay. I think you. Does that at the bottom, the one that you rewrote, does that say mole C2 or does that just say mole C?
It says mole C2.
That's the where you need to cross out the 2.
Oh.
It's just carbon. Because look at the equation. It just says C with an S afterwards, right?
Oh. Okay, yes.
Because carbon is just carbon. It's not going to be a diatomic molecule.
My bad.
All right. Now, Jordan, what's the coefficient there?
It would be 1.
Yes. So you weren't wrong there. It's still a 1. You were fine. You just needed to cross out the 2 at the bottom. Now, Jordan, here's the step you're missing. All right. So you did the first step. You turned moles of what you had into moles of what you want, right?
Yes.
That was fine. In both of those A and B, that is fine. The only thing you're missing is they didn't want moles. They want what?
Let me guess. Grams.
They want grams. Look at the problem. Don't guess. What is the mass of Cl2? What is the mass of C? See how you're asking for mass? That means you have to do another conversion where you convert moles into grams. So here's what I want you to do. You already have the first part done. Okay? For both of those problems, do the second part where you convert that mole into grams. All right? All right, so I'll come back to you. Emily, are you done with number 15?
No, I'm not even completely sure I'm doing it right.
All right, hold it up and let me at least check to see if you're doing it right. And if you are, I will give you the reassurance that you're doing it right.
Okay, wait, 14 times 2 would be 28.02. Okay, wait, just more.
Okay, stay there. Good. So you have 100 grams NaN3. That's good. And then you did, let's see your equation.
It's not backwards for you?
No, it's good. It's not backwards.
Okay.
So you have 2 moles NaN3, and you're going to N2. So you have 3. That's good. And then you have, that's the molar mass. So that's not the moles of N2. All right, so scoot back over for a second. Before you do this middle step where you have the numbers are right, go ahead and put it down. I've seen what I need. But you missed, see how you started with 100 grams and immediately you did mole ratio? You did the 3 to 2?
Uh-huh. I should have turned it to a gram.
Wait, what?
No, never mind. Just keep on going. I'm really confused.
All right, look. You see how the first thing you have written down is the 100.
Mm-hmm.
The very next thing you have written is a column, right? Where you have moles of NaN3 on the bottom and moles of N2 on the top. You have 2 to 3.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do that yet because you don't have moles. You have grams.
I thought about that, but then I thought we had said that I had to turn it to grams to moles.
You have to turn grams to moles first, is what we said.
Right, in this not.
You're doing it fine in the middle, but you need a step right before that, Emily, where you turn grams of NaN3 into moles of NaN3. This is just like what we did in the last chapter. It's nothing new. Gram to mole is a conversion you know. All right, just put it in there. So underneath this, start again with a table that starts by going grams of NaN3 on the bottom to 1 mole of NaN3 on the top. Got it? So you're going to have to find the molar mass. Shoes off. And so go ahead and come in and yes, that's it. Yeah. So just go ahead and you guys, what we're going to do is sit for a minute and then we'll play afterwards.
What was that?
All right. So Emily is going to work on that. Jordan, did you fix what I had asked you to fix?
Yeah, and I'm working on the other. What is the TI? What's the amount of grams with that?
No, Jordan, look. You're not going to TiO2. You're looking to turn the, I think I hear my baby. You're looking to turn the moles of Cl2 into grams of Cl2. And then you're looking to turn moles of C into grams of C. So you need to find the mass of those things, you don't need the molar mass of TiO2.
Okay, I think I have one of those.
Hang on. I'll be right back. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Oh, I have one of those.
One of the jumpers?
Yeah. No, I have one.
Say hi to your
I have a big jumper.
All right. Shh. Jumpers are fun.
Big jump.
I know. Hang on. Geiger. Lay down. Good boy. Okay. Jordan, go ahead and show me what your work is what your work is. So I have the 1.25 moles to moles of carbon, and then you have the 1.25 moles of C into 12.01 grams. That's it. Good job, Jordan. All right, and so you said that was 15, right? 15.0?
15.01.
3 sig figs, so 15.0.
Oh.
Is that how it should start?
What? All right, Emily, let me see.
Is
All right,
that
100 grams of NaN3, and we'll back it up a little. All right, so you got 5.02 grams of NaN3 to 1 mole. Good. Now, Emily, look. Now that you have, because cross it out for me. Cross out grams, See how now you have moles, right? Now do the mole ratio that you tried to do up on the first problem, where you tried to do it first. That's now you're able to do the 2 moles of NaN3 to 3 moles of NaN2.
I don't know how to set that up. Okay.
You just set it up like normal. You're just doing your mole ratio now. Okay, so you have, look how you turned grams into moles, right? You see that?
I don't really know how to connect it. I'm gonna just show it to you step by step. Is that I just connected like that?
That's it. Good. That's it.
That's
perfect.
Okay.
2 to 3 moles, and now you have 3 moles of N2 on the top, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now on the bottom, to cancel, you're going to put 1 mole of N2, and on the top, you're going to turn that into grams of N2. Do you now see how you canceled your grams of NaN3, then you canceled your moles of NaN3, and then you canceled your moles of N2, and you're left with grams of N2, right?
The bug bill was gone.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to get the answer. And
All right. So, Emily Mungold, checking back in with you.
I'm slowly getting there.
Do you have your balanced equation for me?
Not really.
All right. Where's the issue?
I can't figure out sulfur. It's 8 and 3. And I can't figure out, I'm trying, but then I'm like, oh, this is messing up and this and this.
All right. So do me a favor. Erase everything you have and try this. Since nothing is working to do S8, remember, you see how you're going to have to eventually change either the H or the C?
Yeah.
So that means that your CH4, the only place where H and C live, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to need to have more of those than just 1.
Yeah, I have 2 for those.
Good. So start with 2 of those. And then ignore the sulfur and first fix those, because notice that that'll give you 2 carbon and 8 hydrogen.
Mm-hmm.
Just fix those, and then the sulfur will fix itself.
Okay.
All right, so give me a second. I'll come right back to you. Emily Carr, let me see. All right, so you said hang on, let me find my answer key. 64.64. That's it.
okay.
Emily Carr is good. Emily Carr's got it. All right, so thing 2, I think that you are good, and what I'm going to do is just give you the homework and let you go, because it's already chaotic enough, so we're going to try to, like, let people go as they're finished. I need you to practice these problems as well as watch the videos. So on top of the 2 videos for homework, I'm just going to give you these problems in your book, so just write it down for me, okay? Ready? Page 393. If they want to go in the bedroom and play there, they can actually play. And that'd be fine.
Go to the bedroom.
You guys can go to the bedroom and play. That's fine. Go ahead. Go ahead. You guys can't break anything in there. Nothing can break you. Oh, I know. Take it to the bedroom, baby. Amberly, if you need to go, you're fine.
I'm not. I'm fine.
No. All right. He's like, I don't know what's going on. But, all right. So, Emily Carr, what you're going to do is, let's see. I need to give you a practice problem for each of the types. So this is going to be mass to mass. All right, so number 60, page 395, number 60 is good.
395. Okay.
393, I'm sorry. I said 395, didn't I? 393. Let's see. This is moles to moles, so 61 as well. 62, let's see. Fizz, hydrogen, carbon. How many moles? One tablet contains moles.
Hey,
It's a mole to mole, 62.
Put that down.
I'm gonna have the balls back.
All right, so we're going to do this. 61, 60, 61, 62, and 63. Those 4 problems, okay?
Okay.
And then watch the 2 videos and do your reading.
60, 61, 62, and 63.
Yeah, I'm typing it in. Hang on. Sorry, guys. 393. Numbers 60, 61, 62, and 63. There. Those are perfect. That'll make you practice all of the ones that we just did, okay? So all the way from a gram to gram like you just finished, to moles to grams and moles to moles and stuff like that, okay?
Okay. And do I read and watch 11.3 and 11.4?
Yes. Read and watch 11.3 and 11.4. Sorry, but we got to start doing multiple videos in a weekend. This is another thing that I think is helpful for you guys. So ready? Take a peek and write it down. This is an easy flow chart to help you remember how to convert, okay? So notice how you can turn grams of A into moles of A. You can change moles of A into moles of B, and then you can turn moles of B into grams of B. Notice that there's not a direct way to turn grams of A into grams of B. You have to use the mole ratio first. And it's wherever you start on here, you're going to pick up from that. So if you start with moles of A and you want to go to moles of B, it's only one stop, right? One conversion. If you start with grams of A and want moles of B, you go grams of A to moles of A, then moles of A to moles of B. It'd only be 2 steps, 2 conversions, right? And if you start with moles of A and you want grams of B, you'd have to go moles of A to moles of B, and then moles of B to grams of B. So this is just an easy flow chart that helps you remember if you're doing the conversions right. That's all. All right. Now, Jordan, let me see the work that I just had you finish, and then Emily, I'm going to have you tell me your coefficients now that you've balanced the rest of that problem.
I honestly did not understand what problem it was you wanted me to do. I got confused after that point. I mean, I'm pretty sure I can figure it out.
All right, hang on. So you did 14B, right? You finished it for me? You gave me that because it was 15.
That was the one that I just showed you, 15.0
yes,
grams.
But you didn't finish 14A.
Oh.
That was the one that you were
I didn't go back and fix A. Yeah.
All right,
okay.
That's what you're wanting to do right now, okay? Is 14A. Okay. Emily Mongold, the one I can't see. Did that help you?
Not really. I have coefficients. I have 2, 3, 2, 4.
You don't need the 3, and that's it. Everything else is perfect. Look, 2, 1, 2, 4.
2, 1, 2, 4.
Yeah.
Oh, the part I was supposed to finish was to turn it into grams, right?
Yes, Jordan.
Okay.
So look, look at this, Emily, on the product side, okay? What I'm looking at is carbon, I'd have 2 of them, right? Sulfur, I have 2 times 2, which is how much?
4.
4, plus the sulfur from the other side, which remember, I have 4 times 1. So 4 plus 4 is?
Oh my goodness, it's 8, okay.
It's 8. So there you go. So that was the only problem that you had. Now what I want you to try to do before too long is I would like you to do B, where you're turning 1.50 moles of S8 into moles of CS2. And remember that the last video we talked about our mole ratio and how to use the moles to convert from moles of one thing into moles of another. This is exactly the same thing. Okay? So go ahead and set that one up for me.
Okay.
Jordan, did you finish turning moles to grams for that one?
I'm honestly confused. I don't know where to go after getting.
All right, hold it up and let me see.
Okay.
I will take you outside, I promise. All right, so let's see. You had TiO2 into Cl2, right? That's A, Cl2, so it's at the top, right?
Yes.
Into Cl2. Okay, so you ended up with 1 to 2, so you ended up with 1.25 times 2, which is 2.5 moles of Cl2, right?
Right.
So now what you have to do is take what was that number again? 2.50?
1.25.
No, the final answer. The number of moles that you made.
Oh.
It was 2.5, right?
No.
You just had it.
Oh, yes, 2.5 mole Cl2, that one?
Yes. So
okay.
Start with that. That is what you're starting with, is 2.5 moles of Cl2.
And converting it to grams of chloride.
Of Cl2. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Good. Does that help?
Huh, yes, that helps a lot.
Okay. All right, Emily Mongold.
Yeah.
Did you need help with that conversion, or do you have it?
A little bit. So I have 0.375.
Hang on, I'm looking at my answer key now. No. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Let me see. Since I can't see you, I'm going to try to show you what we ended up with. Let's see. This is
There we
the
go.
essay. Give me just a second, Jordan. Hang on.
Okay.
All right, so Emily, look. Can you see this?
Mhm.
All right, so what you start with is, look, you have 1.50 moles of S8, right? You have to put the moles of S8 on the bottom and the moles of CS2 on the top.
I divided by the 8. I don't know what I was thinking.
Oh, because you use the subscript instead of using the coefficient. So look up here. The mole bridge is based on the coefficients. So look what's in front of S8.
Here we come in, so now you act like you're working.
Nothing. So the nothing, that means 1.
Okay.
Okay? So you have 1 mole of S8.
Okay.
And then here, why do you have a 2 for the CS2? It's because what's in front of the CS2? 2. So that's it. So it's a 1 to 2 ratio.
Okay.
And that's why you multiply by 2. So did you multiply by 2 and then divide by 8?
Yeah.
So you got confused and you put the subscript. That's all.
Yeah.
So don't worry. Don't do that, though.
Okay.
All right. So now what I want you to do, Emily, is the same thing, only with H2S. But look, it doesn't say it very well. You are still starting with 1.50 moles of S8.
Okay.
You're just converting it. Instead of into CS2, you're converting it into H2S.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to come back to you. Jordan, go ahead and hold that up. Let me see. Right there. Got it. All right, so you have 2.5, and you did that. All right, hang on. This is CL2, not just CL.
2. Okay.
So
So it's
take your
2.
35, blah, 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 multiply 35, blah, 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 by 2. It's going to be 70-something, like a 70.9, I think. All right. Now, Jordan, after you multiply that, that's good. But then you need sig figs, which there's only 3. So this would be what?
177.
177. Good. All right, Jordan, look. The last step is to go from grams all the way to grams. Okay, so look. It's just like our flow chart. Hang on. Click me so that my
Well,
screen.
yeah, I have it clicked on you. Yeah.
All right. Grams of A. You first have to convert grams of A into moles, right? Because
Right.
before you can change moles into moles of something else, you have to have moles, right? So they're
Right.
going to give you grams. So you have to do this first. Then convert to your mole ratio, moles of A to moles of B. So this is a second conversion, see? And then you're going to have your third conversion here. So you know how you like to split them up and do each one separately?
Yes.
You'll have 3 separate split up tables, okay?
Okay.
The last one that you just did was 2. You did moles to moles, and then you did grams, moles to grams, right?
Yes.
See how that was 2 total tables?
Yes.
You're going to do the same thing, only with 3 of them.
Okay.
I know you can do this. I want you to start. Try to do that, okay? It's 100 grams of NaN3. Start converting that for me, okay? Emily Mongold, what was your answer?
6.
100 grams in a what?
Perfect. By the way, Emily Mongold, 6.00 with your sig figs. What? 100 grams. Look, it's actually on the problem for you. Number 15. The equation is in there. It's already balanced, Jordan, okay?
Mhm.
But to the left, or to the right, do you see how they have a diagram of an airbag?
Yes.
Underneath it, they have 100 grams NaN3. And they have,
Okay.
how many grams of N2 would that be? You see?
Yes.
That's what you're doing, is start with 100 grams of NaN3 and then convert that with the equation until you get to grams of N2. Emily Mongold. Now let's talk strategy. What everybody else did today was they worked through problems 13, 14, and 15. Okay. So I'm going to need you to work through problems 13, 14, and 15.
Mm-hmm.
What I think you're able to do after I'm done with this video call is you're able to re-watch this on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So you should be able to re-watch and see me work through the problems with everybody else.
Uh-huh.
And you should be able to see how I helped them through if they made a mistake.
Okay.
So what I want you to try to do is do number 13 and 14 and 15 that way, okay? And what I'm going to say as well is I do not mind at all. I wouldn't mind meeting up with you on a video chat either tomorrow during Joel's nap time or Saturday.
Okay.
One of those times, so that I can help you. And if you have questions about those 3 problems, I'm going to check to see that you did them, and I'm going to help you if you have any problems, okay?
All right.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm not going to go through all of this right now because I do have the kids that I'm watching. They're already here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to need to go, but I'd say let's just plan for tomorrow around 12:30 or 1 o'clock, whichever would work better for you. Is that okay?
Did Saturday work, or would that
Saturday would work. That's fine.
All right, so that sounds good then.
All right, so I'll plan on meeting you Saturday. What time did you say? Well, actually,
Anytime is good for you.
I already have an appointment Saturday at 12. So let's plan for 1:30.
Okay. I could even do Sunday, but
Okay.
if that's
All right, so let's try for Saturday, and if it doesn't work, we'll plan on Sunday.
okay.
All right. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and go off. But do you see the schedule in the group chat up at the top? The very first thing I posted was this new schedule. Go ahead and write that down before you sign off, and then I want you to try to go through those problems and rewatch the video. Okay?
The schedule or the homework?
It starts with 4:10. Watch. It's kind of this homework, and it also tells you when your quizzes and your tests are.
Okay, I don't see that anywhere.
Do you see the group chat?
Yeah.
Okay, scroll up.
It's all the way up.
Oh, does it only show you? Okay, it probably doesn't show you the group chat for when you weren't there.
Oh.
So here's what I'm going to do. I will take a picture of it and I will send it to you.
All right.
All right. There. All right. That's it. Jordan.
I'm almost done.
Almost done. Okay, good. So I'm going to check. And Emily, you can stay and you can see if it makes sense when you see, because his work will be on the screen for you. So go ahead and actually look at this and see if it makes sense. But I do have to go. So I'm going to check Jordan's work and then we're going to sign off.
Okay, so do you mind if I sign off now? Is that all right?
I don't mind. That's all right. Just don't forget to go back through and try to do those 3 problems for me and to rewatch this video.
Okay.
All right. See ya.
Bye. Thank you.
No problem.
Oh shoot.
It's okay,
wrong
Jordan.
number.
Don't rush. When you rush, you tend to make silly, like simple mistakes, and I know that you know it better than that. So don't try to rush through. It's okay. Can I see what you're doing so far so that if there is any silly mistakes, I can fix them?
I think I've got it. I'm like on a trail right
Okay.
now.
Go ahead. That's fine. How about this? I'm going to go and check in with everybody, and I will be right back in like a minute.
Okay.
So that way, when you are finished with this, I'll be able to look at it, okay?
Right.
All right, I'll be right back. All right, so I got the last person and then Luis has done the thing that we were going to do outside. Why don't we do this though? Remember to go outside, you want to make sure that you're clean the air a little bit. So let's put things back where it was. Sorry, Larry. There, Michelle, all the cards go over in that corner, all the balls in the ball pit. And the horse seat goes over there. Take the cart out of this one. That puts it on to go into the truck. So why don't you do this, right? Don't put those away. Just start bringing them to the book. Okay? So you guys can start doing the sleep truck and the horse seat and the sleep truck. You guys, okay, set it on the ground. I'll help you. I'll help you later. Just set it on the ground. It's okay. It's hard too. There we go. She's trying to hang up the ukulele.
The last test before the final exam of this class.
Good job. Good luck. Okay, let me see. All right, so Jordan, we start with 100 grams. And then we have moles.
I think she said the one that rocks.
Hang on. So,
This one rocks.
yeah, not that one. The one that has the wooden legs. All
Is
right.
it for rocks?
Go put it back in there.
Okay, so I want to see. 2 moles of this one, 2 moles of N. Ah. I think you had a dyslexic moment in the middle. So hang on, wait.
Oh,
No.
sorry.
All right, so then we had moles N2, and you try to do moles into grams. Okay, so here's where we're gonna start. Look at the very first one that you did.
Okay.
Ryan, Luca, I need you to listen right now. Are you obeying?
I'll put this in the.
Thank you. You need to put that back in the room. You need to get the big yellow truck. You need to push the big yellow truck out here, okay? Okay. Don't hit anyone with that bat. Just go put it on the floor.
Okay.
Thank you. The big plastic yellow bat, you know, she's got it like
How
this.
can you not hit someone?
She's a 2-year-old and she's walking like this with the bat. And I'm like, ooh, that's not going to be good. Okay, so let me see. Train of thought. The first thing you did, okay, the very first table, what I saw was nothing written on the bottom, and I saw 2 moles written on the top.
Okay. Say
And
that
that's
again.
not-
I heard I got you the whole time in the background.
That's Joel. Sorry. All right, look. So the first problem you had, what I remember seeing was that you set up your table with 100 grams first, and on the
Yes.
bottom, you didn't put anything.
Right. Now I
What goes
see.
on the bottom? What's going to go there?
It would be 2 NaN3.
It is going to be NaN3. So put NaN3 down there. But what's the unit?
It's grams.
Grams. So put grams down there. And
100. It would be 100 grams NaN3.
where do we look to find the molar mass of something?
The coefficients.
No, that's not the molar mass. Remember we did that last chapter.
The subscripts. The table. You're not a table.
Look, ready? Anytime you do mass, whenever you see mass or grams, they're the same. Always a periodic table. So go ahead, and what you're going to have to do is find the molar mass of NaN3. So that's
Right.
what you
There's
need.
3 N's, so that'd be 14.01.
These aren't yours. These are Luca's. Give it to Luca. Thank you, Joel. Thank you. You go get your brown shoes. Ryan, help Joel find his brown shoes, please. Thank you. Joel, go get them. Go get them. Go get them. Ryan's going to give them to you. They're on the desk, on the shelf. Okay, I'm sorry. What was the question?
Okay, so it's I'll put 65.02 on the bottom.
Good. Now look, when we do grams to moles, how many moles do we have?
1.
Always 1. So
Yeah.
cross out the 2 that you had up there and put 1. Good job. Thank you. Now look, so we've got the truck out here and we've got the horse, but what's the other thing that we want to bring out there? Remember I told you? The wooden caterpillar cart. So go get the caterpillar cart.
You probably never thought you'd say that sentence, would you?
You know, you say some weird sentences when you have 3 kids that are under the age of 4. Good job, Luca. Get your shoes on. Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
All right. So now
So it'd
that's
be 1.54 moles NaN3.
good. All right, now start with that one on the next table. Ryan, look, we're gonna go outside and you can be as loud as you want out there, but I need you to do me a favor. Be as quiet as you can for the next couple minutes. Nope, that's not as quiet as you can be. As quiet as you can be is making no sound.
No.
Nope, wait. Okay, so now what I need to do is I just need to see your work so that I can see what you. So you took that number and you should start the next table with it, okay?
Right. So it's 1.54 moles NaN3
Good.
times 2 moles N2.
Good. Now hang on. Here's the thing. Look at your equation and
3 moles into. That's why another dyslexic moment.
That's right. Yes, because you switched those and you wrote 2 and 3 instead of 3.
3 moles into over 1 mole in in 3.
Is it 1 mole? Look at your look at your equation.
10 moles. I 2. Good grief. 2 moles.
Now you actually had that right the first time. You had 2 moles on the bottom, like you should have. It's just that you didn't. You just had switched the moles on the top. And I think that once you do that, the other part was set up perfectly. It's just that you didn't have the right starting point of the moles of N2. You didn't have the right start for moles of N2 because of the other problems. But the actual conversion from moles of N2 into grams of N2, you did very well.
So that would give me 2.31 moles into.
Good. All right. So now start with that number of moles of N2.
So on bottom, I would have 3 moles into.
Wait.
1 mole. Always 1 mole.
Always 1 mole when we go grams to moles to grams. Good. And then now the only thing I need to see is how much mass did you put for N2?
So that would mean I have 2 moles. Well, the subscript is 2, so it would be 2 times 14.01.
There you go.
So that would be 28.02.
Oh, I never responded to your mom's text. I feel like such a rude person. Hang on.
Oh, it's fine. She was out to dinner anyways.
I think I had seen it when I was doing the video chat, and then I didn't remember to respond afterwards because if I don't have the little number on the message, I don't remember to go back and check it.
64.7 grams into.
All right, so now you have everything right except for the number of sig figs. There's 4. Look at your number, 100.0. Let me type it in. Hang on, ready?
64.72. I mean, 0.73. Sorry.
All right, good. So 64.7. Go back to the original number because the 7 was when you rounded.
64.7262 is what it gives me. Oh,
that might be because you rounded before the end. Okay, we're just going to go with it for now. The correct answer totally is 64.64, but I think that you probably rounded it a little weird somewhere in there, but
yeah.
I will check that later.
Okay.
So remember here, the only thing I want to say is when you're doing your table and you're doing step by step, use the whole number in your calculator. You know how you can answer times and answer divided by? That way you're not actually rounding it before you need to, because it'll make small changes, but that small change might throw you off, okay?
Yes.
All right, but other than that, you did a really good job. So well done. All right, do your homework, and I'll see you later. Don't forget.
60, 61, 62, 63, I think.
Yes.
Okay.
Say bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. All right.
I have a cat, just like he does.
You got a what?